Moses gets new tablets. The Lord said to Moses, "Cut 2 more stone tablets like the first 2. I will write the same words on them that were on the first 2 stones which you broke. Be ready tomorrow morning. Then come up on Mount Sinai. Stand before me there on the top of the mountain. No one may come with you. No one should even be seen any place on the mountain. Not even the sheep or cattle may eat grass near that mountain." So Moses cut 2 stone tablets like the first ones. Then early the next morning he went up Mount Sinai. He did this just as the Lord had commanded him. Moses carried the 2 stone tablets with him. Then the Lord came down in the cloud and stood there with Moses. And the Lord called out his name, the Lord. The Lord passed in front of Moses and said, "I am the Lord." The Lord is a God who shows mercy and is kind. The Lord doesn't become angry quickly. The Lord has great love and faithfulness. The Lord is kind to thousands of people. The Lord forgives people for wrong and sin and turning against him. But the Lord does not forget to punish guilty people. The Lord will punish not only the guilty people. He will also punish their children, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren and their great-great-grandchildren. Then Moses quickly bowed to the ground and worshipped. Moses said, "Lord, if you are pleased with me, please go with us. I know that these are stubborn people. But forgive our evil and our sin. Take us as your own people." Then the Lord said, "I am making this agreement with you. I will do miracles in front of all your people. These things have never before been done for any other nation on earth. The people with you will see my work. I, the Lord, will do wonderful things for you. Obey the things I command you today, and I will force your enemies to leave your land. I will force out the Amorites, Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites and Jebusites ahead of you. Be careful. Don't make any agreement with the people who live in the land where you are going. It will bring you trouble. But destroy their altars. Break their stone pillars. Cut down their Asherah idols. Don't worship any other god. This is because I, the Lord, the jealous one, am a jealous God. Be careful. Don't make any agreements with the people who live in that land. They will worship their false gods. And they will invite you to join them. Then you will join them, and you will eat their sacrifices. You might choose some of their daughters as wives for your sons. Those daughters worship false gods. They might lead your sons to do the same thing. Do not make gods of melted metal. Celebrate the Feast of Unleavened Bread. For 7 days you must eat bread made without yeast as I commanded you. Do this during the month I have chosen, the month of Abib. This is because in that month you came out of Egypt. Every firstborn cow or sheep that is born to each animal belongs to me. You may buy back a donkey by paying for it with a lamb. But if you don't want to buy back a donkey, you must break its neck. You must buy back all your firstborn sons. No one is to come before me without a gift. You must work for 6 days. But on the 7th day you must rest. You must do this even during the planting season and harvest season. Celebrate the Feast of Weeks when you gather the first grain of the wheat harvest. And celebrate the Feast of Harvest in the fall. 3 times each year all your men must come before the Master, the Lord, the God of Israel. I will force out nations ahead of you. I will expand the borders of your land. You will go before the Lord your God 3 times each year. And at that time no one will try to take your land from you. Do not offer the blood of a sacrifice to me with anything containing yeast. And do not leave any of the sacrifice of the Feast of Passover. It must not be left until the next morning. Bring the best first crops that you harvest from your ground. Bring those things to the tent of the Lord your God. You must not cook a young goat in its mother's milk. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Write down these words. This is because with these words I have made an agreement with you and Israel." Moses stayed there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. During that time he did not eat food or drink water. And Moses wrote the words of the agreement, the 10 Commandments, on the stone tablets. The face of Moses shines. Then Moses came down from Mount Sinai. In his hands he was carrying the 2 stone tablets of the agreement. But Moses did not know that his face was shining because he had talked with the Lord. Aaron and all the people of Israel saw that Moses' face was shining. So they were afraid to go near him. But Moses called to them. So Aaron and all the leaders of the people returned to Moses. Moses talked with them. After that, all the people of Israel came near him. And he gave them all the commands that the Lord had given him on Mount Sinai. When Moses finished speaking to the people, he put a covering over his face. Anytime Moses went before the Lord to speak with him, Moses took off the covering until he came out. Then Moses would come out and tell the people of Israel the things the Lord had commanded. The Israelites would see that Moses' face was shining. So he would cover his face again. He did this until the next time he went in to speak with the Lord. Rules about the Sabbath. Moses gathered all the Israelite community together. He said to them, "These are the things the Lord has commanded you to do. You are to work for 6 days. But the seventh day will be a holy day, a Sabbath of rest to honor the Lord. Anyone who works on that day must be put to death. On the Sabbath day you must not light a fire in any of your houses." Moses said to all the Israelites, "This is what the Lord has commanded, from what you have, take an offering for the Lord. Let everyone who is willing bring this offering to the Lord, gold, silver, bronze, blue, purple and red thread, and fine linen, goat hair and male sheepskins, colored red. And they may bring fine leather and acacia wood. They may also bring olive oil for the lamps, spices for the special olive oil used for appointing priests and for the sweet-smelling incense. And they may bring onyx stones and other jewels to be put on the holy vest and chest covering of the priests. Let all the skilled workers come and make everything the Lord commanded, the holy tent, its outer tent and its covering, the hooks, frames, crossbars, posts and bases, the ark of the covenant, its poles, lid, and the curtain in front of it, the table and its poles. All the things that go with the table and the bread that shows we are in God's presence, the lampstand for the light and all the things that go with it, the lamps and olive oil for the light, the altar of incense and its poles, the special oil and the sweet-smelling incense. The curtain for the entrance of the meeting tent, the altar of burnt offering and its bronze screen, its poles and all its tools, the bronze bowl and its base, the curtains around the courtyard, their posts and bases. And the curtain at the entry to the courtyard, the pegs of the holy tent and of the courtyard and their ropes, the special clothes that the priest will wear in the holy place. These are the holy clothes for Aaron the priest and his sons to wear when they serve as priests. Then all the people of Israel went away from Moses. Everyone who wanted to give came and brought a gift to the Lord. These gifts were used for making the meeting tent, all the things in the tent and the special clothes. All the men and women who wanted to give brought gold jewelry of all kinds. They brought pins, earrings, rings and bracelets. They all presented their gold to the Lord. Everyone who had blue, purple, and red thread, and fine linen came and gave it to the Lord. Anyone who had goat hair or male sheepskins colored red or fine leather brought them to the Lord. Everyone who could give silver or bronze brought that as a gift to the Lord. Everyone who had acacia wood to be used in the work brought it. Every skilled woman used her hands to make the blue, purple, and red thread and fine linen. And they brought what they had made. All the women who were skilled and wanted to help made thread of the goat hair. The leaders brought onyx stones and other jewels. These stones and jewels were put on the holy vest and chest covering for the priest. They also brought spices and olive oil. These were used for the sweet-smelling incense, the special oil and the oil to burn in the lamps. All the men and women of Israel who wanted to help brought gifts to the Lord. They were used for all the work the Lord had commanded Moses and the people to do. Then Moses said to the people of Israel, "Look, the Lord has chosen Bezalel. He is the son of Uri the son of Hur, from the tribe of Judah. The Lord has filled Bezalel with the Spirit of God. The Lord has given Bezalel the skill, ability, and knowledge to do all kinds of work. He is able to design pieces to be made of gold, silver, and bronze. He is able to cut stones and jewels and put them in metal. Bezalel can carve wood and do all kinds of work. The Lord has given Bezalel and Oholiab the ability to teach others. Oholiab is the son of Ahisamach from the tribe of Dan. The Lord has given them the skill to do all kinds of work. They are able to cut designs in metal and stone. They can plan and sew designs in the fine linen with the blue, purple, and red thread. And they are also able to weave things.